Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very sick Daniel here from the GeekSpeakNation channel, which is not the reason why I haven't been around, but it definitely hasn't been helping. I was in Charlotte during Hurricane Florence to be with my family and all that stuff, and ended up getting sick while I was down there, which is why I sound like this. But just a lot of congestion in my throat. It sucks. It really does. Um, try not to cough. But nevertheless, it's the time I'm at in my life right now is very rough, which is why I have not been making videos. Currently, I'm a senior in college. I'm set to graduate in May, which is totally awesome and totally terrifying at the same time. But God, I did not do my hair before I did this video. This is such a nitpicky thing, but I just woke up and decided to record this video. But it's just one of those things where you're kind of at this like crossroads in your life when it comes to being in college, because you grow up your entire life with people telling you, you got all the time in the world to figure out what you want to do with your life. You got all the time in the world to figure out who you want to be. But now that time's over. They've been telling you that since elementary school. But when you get to college, it's kind of like, all right, buddy, it's time to shit or get off the pot here, because life's a waiting. And over the course of this last year, I've been making myself almost fully financially independent from my family and working on that, and that's been really tough. So between paying for my own apartment and school supplies and all this stuff and equipment, it's been a heavy burden financially on myself, and I know the financial burden on my family is even worse, which is why I'm taking it upon myself to take care of myself in that way and just be more responsible. But there's just a lot of pressure on me right now in my life. I currently work 2 jobs, one off campus and one on campus. And my off campus job is fine. It's really not stressful. I actually really enjoy that job. But the job on campus, plus all the other things I have to do amongst classes and being a part of other organizations, that's what's really taken a toll on me. Like I said, when the hurricane hit, I went to Florence, and all I did was sleep. I've been constantly on the go and constantly have been stressed out for over a year, just firing on all cylinders. This summer, I didn't get to go home to Charlotte. I stayed in Durham and paid for an apartment so I could work an internship. And I have not stopped working. I have not stopped working ever since. I've been going and going and going, and I'm just burnt out. I am just so burnt out. Like I said, when I was in Charlotte this past week with my family, all I did was sleep. I'm talking like from 2 a.m. to like 3 p.m. and then staying awake for only a few more hours and then sleeping until 8. Like my body was just so drained, and I feel like that's kind of why I was so susceptible to getting sick. My immune system is probably at a critical low right now, and I do not keep up the healthiest diet in college and during a stressful life and all that stuff. So I don't know, this is kind of it all coming back to bite me in the ass for the most part, and it's been very hard. And I think in my current state that I am in life right now, it's like I'm overworked, and I'm kind of like that go-to guy when it comes to things. So it's like, oh, we need a video done, we need this idea done, we need this done, I have an idea for this and I need help with this. I'm kind of that guy that people go to, and it's like I'm constantly always doing work for other people, and that leaves me no time to do things that I want to do. I have a script that I've written, and I want to turn that into a feature-length film. And I have ideas for 2 other scripts, one being a TV series and another feature-length film I want to write, but I don't have the time to. I recorded a podcast for the channel about 2-3 weeks ago, and I've never had the chance to edit it because I've had other projects come up that I've had to edit. And it's just been so frustrating not being able to do the things that I want to do, but yet I'm responsible for making sure that other people's, goals are met and that other people are happy, and I feel like if it came to the spring and I was like, I want to shoot, my first short film, and really go in on this, I feel like there'd be nobody there. All these people who I've been helping out for years, I feel like they wouldn't even bat an eye or show up, or they would volunteer and then be like, oh, well, I had something come up, so I won't be able to help. I have a lot of goals that I wanted to do for this channel. This channel means a lot to me, and it's more than just a creative endeavor. It's something I see a future in something I see really growing and being something really great. But at this current state in my life, it's like I literally don't have the time to make things happen. And I know there's that whole thing of like, well, if you really cared about your dreams, you'd really make the time to make it happen. Yeah, but I also care about graduating, and I also care about making sure I have money to feed myself, and to pay my debts and to pay my bills and all that stuff. I have to worry about that. That's the part people love to forget when they talk about chasing your dreams and stuff like that. But I don't know, I'm just finding it really hard to find balance in my life currently, and I'm just so stressed, and just feel very underappreciated. And my job on campus, I've been working at for all my 4 years I've been here, but these last 2 years have just been like, it feels like hell. And it's more so my fault for it being that way, in decisions I made, but and having to live with that. But it's been rough, and I just feel overworked and underappreciated, and constantly just talked down to and undermined, and just constantly made to feel inadequate at this job. But at the same time, I really need this job because it pays a lot of money, and I love the job itself, but it's just certain people, that make this job really hard, and I just don't know what to do, and you just kind of feel trapped, and it's just one of those things where it's like there's nothing you can do about it because of the way you set up your relationship with those people, and you kind of make the bed that you lay in, sort of thing. So it's just something I got to live with for another year. But it is insufferable most days. Yeah. So it's been a long past 2 years. And this is excluding so much that's been happening for my family personally, and in my personal life. There's just been so much between, tragedy and all these other things that have been happening. They've just been absolutely ridiculous, that my family's been trying to deal with, and trying to balance all that and try not to stress about that, and support my family and support my mother, who's really the one who has to take the brunt of all the stress of all the things that happens to our family, because it's just so disjointed and disconnected, but yet all the stress falls on her to make things right, which is completely unfair. It's just a lot going on, and I've been talking to people, and having talks about, like, I need to prioritize, reevaluate where my priorities are in life, And so that's what I've been trying to do, and try to rearrange things, because I want this to be a priority, because it's something that means a lot to me, and it's something that I want to keep working on. And I'm not selfish enough in my life to where I get to focus on things that I want to focus on. Always doing things for other people, and so I'm trying to get my priorities in order, and trying to get everything in my life in order, but it's going to take time. And just know that I want to keep making content for this channel, but it's going to be a while for me to get things on track. But I hope you guys do stick around. I really want to make this content worthwhile for you guys. So with that being said, thanks for watching this video, and whatever words of encouragement you guys have, I really do need it, because my job it's been really rough, and it's been really stressful. So yeah, I just leave it with word of advice is just prioritize and put yourself first, and self-care is very important, and be very careful with whom you choose to open up your life with, and the people you let in and stuff like that, and the people you let take your time, because it's very precious and it's something that you really can't get back. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and hope you guys take care.